If you don't have a seat, find somewhere to perch. In the next half hour or so, we'll be bringing you the Nigerian political stories that is always filled with a lot of controversies. Where shall we begin from? Let's begin from what happened yesterday. The National Assembly resumed from its recess. It appears it was a resumption of some kind of hostilities against the executive. So it looks, well, after executive session, they came out to condemn statements attributed to the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, about confirmations, and they did agree that they will suspend all confirmations until the executive respects the process of confirmations. According to them, they want the executive to respect the confirmation process as stipulated by law. But today, the Federal Executive Council met, and it doesn't look like they really brought up the matter when they discussed that fact. But hear what the Attorney General said in the response to the Senate stance. And it looks like it's a divided house, as the Minister of Information did not quite agree. Take a listen.
The fundamental consideration about the alleged statement is the fact that at no point ever the Federal Executive Council sat down to arrive at a decision in one way or the other as far as the issue of nomination or otherwise is concerned. So I do not think it constitutes an issue for the Federal Executive Council to make any clarification about, because it has never been considered by the Federal Executive Council. But the Honourable Minister of Information shed further light.
Right, yes, with due respect, I think the statement I made earlier on, I think, covers your question, which is that whatever may be the misunderstanding or problem between the National Assembly and the Executive, that we have an excellent mechanism for resolving it. I don't think we need to go to particulars or to go to specific statements as to what was said by A or B. We are not trying to, we believe that government is not just one arm, the executive alone. That we believe that government is both legislative, executive, and judiciary. And I think my answer is the same. Whatever might be the problem, we are resolving it and we are addressing it.
Well, all may not seem like exactly the way the minister has put it there. There's a lot that happens behind the scene that we do not know, you and I, because we're not usually at the executive session at the National Assembly, at the closed door meeting there at the executive. So I know this may not be the end to this matter. Some have suggested that the judiciary be approached to resolve some of the lingering issues which always generate controversies between the two arms of government. Well, we do hope that all of these issues are resolved so we can tackle the issue of governance head on. Well, the court order that the federal government should publish names of looters and the recovered loot, well, it seems that may happen just soon, because it looks like the executive arm of government will produce the names of looters and the recovered funds soonest. Well, now, let's move on to the recall process on Senator Dino Melaye. Yesterday, senators were vehement on the recalls and the call to remove the senator representing Kogi West. Now, the present political crisis in the APC in Kogi seems not doubting. The tension there is still rising. The Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekuremadu, has called the process an exercise in futility. Senator Dino Melaye also made it clear that the whole process is political. In fact, he says it's a political witch hunt by his political opponents to remove him through the back door. Well, INEC has moved on, collected a petition, and has released a calendar of the recall process, which may start with the verification of the signatures in the petitions. Today, so much drama has ensued and we will be looking into the matter. So joining me to discuss this issue is INEC's National Commissioner on Voter Education and Publicity, Prince Solomon Shoyabi, joins us on the program. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Are you aware of a court suit, I mean about 2 or 3 of them, asking the courts to stop INEC from going ahead in the recall process?
Well, we are not unaware of notices being served from court. We are not interested in the filings, but we have some notices. And just like we have maintained, a notice does not constitute a stoppage. It's not an injunction on its own. Somebody has gone to court and said, oh, it has just come around to notify us, I've gone to court. That's just the meaning of notification. That's exactly what happened. Each time there were processes in court, we are notified. But there has never been a specific court order giving injunction, at least restraining us from performing our constitutional duties.
INEC has been accused of taking sides in this matter. You've come out on the issue of double registration of the Kogi governor. In this time around, the way and manner, some say you've swiftly moved into it. For some, it looked like there is something INEC is interested in. INEC does have interest in this, isn't it?
You talk about sides. Well, it's nice if people can accuse us of taking 2 sides to the story. There are 2 sides, and don't forget that the operations and activities of the commission is guided by law. We obey the law. In fact, it was the law funded the commission. So we have rules and guidelines and laws which we follow. Everything we've done up till today is according to law. We have not done anything outside the law, outside the mandate by the law, and that's exactly what we've done.
What have you discovered in this whole process up until this point? There are accusations and allegations that some of the petitions have signatures of those who are even dead. What have you discovered so far?
If you look critically at the notice which we served on Monday, which we promised we will release the timetable on Monday and the schedule of activities, we did this on Monday. There are steps for this particular issue that we are talking about. There is only one thing which is glaringly obvious, and that is the fact that a petition has been submitted to the commission, and we have verified that at least this petition was signed by more than 50% of the constituents. That's so much we have done administratively. This is what has led us to the stages which we released on Monday. It's going to be a 2-tier issue. The first one is that we are going to verify these signatories. If the signatories are found to be genuine, verification. What we are going to do, as we said, the guideline says we are going to every booth in the 7 local government areas of that constituency of the Senate.
Are you doing this verification by electronic or manual process?
If you are going to verify something, what you are saying is that this is true. All we have to do is just bring out the documents that have been signed, call the people that have signed them, and then we look at our register. Are they really on our register? Are
you going to be able realistically get everyone that has signed back on the queue in their local government like an election process? Is that realistic?
It's not our duty to get them. The onus lies on them to come out and verify.
If they don't?
If they don't, that's exactly what we mean by verification.
So if, going to find. If nobody comes for a particular signature, that is null and void? Is that what it means?
There's nothing like null and void there.
No, what I'm saying is that, for example, Shewa Kimbaloye's name is on the list, and my signature is up there. And when INEC goes to my local government area, for example, in this process, and I do not show up, will you rule out my own signature and my own the line of my petition?
You are not there to defend your signature. Then what do you expect me to do?
That's the question. And what will happen if nobody?
I cannot verify you.
So that means anybody who does not show up,
who has signed that petition is advised now, in the interest of justice, to go down to the local government area where he signed, and then affirm that he signed. I will actually confirm with our register that you are on our register, number one. We'll verify that it's a picture, number two. Then we'll verify it's your signature. We don't want any action done by proxy. That is exactly what the law prescribes.
After the verification, how does the referendum take? How does it happen?
The process, as I told you, is a two-tier process. Number one, the verification. It's not just enough for the names to be there. We'll look at it that these people, they are there, will do this on a polling booth by polling booth basis, the verification exercise. If it merits a referendum, that is, if more than 50% are the people that have verified that they have signed this, the next stage is the referendum.
Okay, because that's a good point for us to go on a break. But when we come back, Mr. Shoaib is still with us. He will be telling us more. For those of you who are looking forward to your voting registration and you have not yet registered as a voter in Nigeria, then you need to listen to some information coming from INEC tonight. But that's going to be after the break. Join us again.